Welcome back to Crystal Clear. I'm Washington Vox, and you cannot deny that Steven Universe is one of the most influential shows to ever air on Cartoon Network. This show has impacted so many lives, including my own. But way more important and way beyond me, this show has resonated with a lot of people in the LGBT community. People who battle with mental illness, depression, anxiety, PTSD. And it's entertained millions of people who may simply just be intrigued by an overarching story with a rich world and amazing characters. But despite how much we all love Steven Universe, lately there's one question I've been posing. When are we going to reach the end? The true end? Because even though we don't like to admit it, Steven Universe will one day reach its conclusion. And the more I thought about it, the more it wouldn't surprise me if that conclusion will be the next season with season 6. Or alternatively, season 6 and 7. I will actually discuss a little bit about episode counts, but to make things easier, I'm only going to refer to it as season 6. Now, there's actually a few factors that make me think the next season will be the last. The first one being, Steven Universe has been around for a long time. It's already 5 going on 6 years old. At this point, it's already pretty evident that it's going to end up being one of Cartoon Network's longest running shows. I don't think it will be the longest running show, as Ed, Edd n Eddy still holds that title, and the only thing that could have dethroned it was Adventure Time, but that ended up running for 8 years, 9 or 10 if you want to go by the way Karner Accounts it, seasons. Going off shows like Adventure Time, Regular Show, and recently Gumball, it seems as if the sweet spot for Cartoon Network nowadays for their shows is to run 7 to 8 years. Regular Show and Gumball, 7 years. Adventure Time, 8 years. And judging by the trajectory of Steven Universe thus far, it looks like it'll run at the very least 7 years, and at the most, 8. This actually takes me to an actual piece of evidence: Zac Callison's interviews. Zac Callison is an amazing man, and you can tell he really loves voicing Steven. He takes the role very seriously. And as of late, throughout the past few months, we've learned a few things through his words. His life and Steven's arc has kind of become one, his favorite part of the show we haven't seen yet, and 3 and 4, the more hard-hitting pieces of evidence. He remarked that he wouldn't be able to talk about everything that's going on in Steven until about 2 years from now, which makes me think the episodes they've been recording, which I'll touch on in a second, won't be completely released until 2 years from now, which sounds about right if we look at the way season 5 was recorded, which also may mean Cartoon Network has a general idea on how they want to release the rest of the series, a plan that spans 2 years. And to accompany that, Zac has remarked that this summer, he will temporarily step away from the industry and just see the world.
Focusing on finishing up work, and I'm getting ready to walk away from the industry temporarily to do some traveling without like revealing my route too much, but I have this insane route, like literally circumnavigating the world planned out, so I'll be leaving for that later this year. The arcs of my life and Steven's life have they've become one at this point, in so many ways, and it's I can't even I can't even really tell the story until about 2 years from now. I think once this is all
actually done
in the books, there's something really special going on right now, and it caught me by surprise, and I really I shouldn't be running my mouth about this, but yeah.
Now, this could mean the future of the series is just up in the air. They're producing whatever number of episodes they're picked up for, and they're just gonna play things out from there, allowing Zac to just take a personal trip for himself for however long he needs. Or it could mean Steven Universe is actually all said and done. And with such an important part of Zac's life wrapping up, he can focus on himself and his life. Now, Steven Universe did end 2 years from now in the year 2021. The show would have ran that sweet spot of 7 to 8 years, depending if it ended in the beginning or end of the year, which is absolutely not bad at all. And again, that's pretty lengthy for an animated series, but it does meet that quota of popular Cartoon Network series running for 7 to 8 years. Now, the other thing that has me thinking that, alright, maybe Steven Universe is coming to a close is actually the secrecy, or more confirmation, that Cartoon Network is holding ransom when it comes to the 6th season. We all know it exists. The voice actors don't hide the fact that they record every Wednesday, and they have been doing so for at least a year, which goes into the episode count we're about to tackle. But despite all the interviews and confirmation that the show is continuing, and even Cartoon Network themselves has stated on social media before that season 5 was not the end of the series, they haven't actually said, hey, here's season 6. Even our seeming ace in the hole was this past upfront, but Karner did not do traditional press releases. They have been doing press releases a little at a time, like their summer lineup, or the fact We Bare Bears is getting a spinoff and a movie. Congrats to the Bears, that show was awesome. It has me thinking season 6 and whatever else is left of the show will be announced at this upcoming Comic-Con. They already know all eyes will be at Comic-Con for the movie, and while the movie will certainly be the main focus, Carson Emery is well aware that they can break the internet twice. They did it last year. White Diamond and the movie, Steven Universe had a lot more eyes on it than usual. And how can they do it this year? Confirming the brand new season and maybe even showing a little bit off from that. Not only do I fully expect this, like it's a given, a movie trailer, maybe a concrete air date or at least window of release, like which month in the fall it'll premiere, and then hey, we also have a brand new season or 2 coming out, and what would be better promotion than to call it the final season? If they just treat this as a normal season for the show after Change Your Mind, there will certainly be hype for it, people will talk about it, but having an entire marketing campaign like Steven Universe, the final chapter, that will get people on board regardless what the episode is. I mean, we saw how effective it was for Game of Thrones. I think Karner could find their own similar success in Steven Universe's conclusion. After all, they announced the end of Adventure Time 2 years before the finale aired. If Zac is already saying he won't be able to openly discuss what he wants to say about Steven Universe until 2 years from now, then that announcement that the show will be ending could come this summer at San Diego. But this brings me to episode count. Let's say season 6 is the final season, or there's 2 more seasons, 3 more seasons, whatever the case may be. It can be inferred from social media posts. And again, I just want to make this clear, please don't harass or bug anybody on the crew. Hey, is the show ending? Blah, 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 blah. They legally aren't able to say anything. And plus, they're on social media to have a good time, post their art, meme around, and not to be harassed about the show they're working on. Even though I'm sure they do love the show, it's still their job at the end of the day. They already poured so many hours working on it, they don't need to spend any more hours being asked questions about the future of the series. Anyways, we can infer that they are working on new episodes since at least, I want to say spring or summer of last year. At the very latest, fall. We also know they're still recording and storyboarding to this very day. So that's about a year of working on episodes. And keep this in mind, multiple teams work on multiple episodes at the same time. If I remember correctly, they get about maybe 3-4 weeks for an episode. I'm just going to guesstimate and say maybe they're producing 52 episodes, like season 1. If this estimate is correct, and this is factoring in holidays as employees do have that time off, then they can either market season 6 as one long season, or they can do what they did for Adventure Time and split it into 2 or 3 seasons. Likely 2, so we would have a season 6 and 7. And again, this would follow the patterns of Gumball and Adventure Time, knowing the show was ending 2 years prior. And at the end of the day, we just have to keep in mind, the Crewniverse can't keep doing this forever. No one wants to work on one sole show forever, especially these talented creative geniuses. And honestly, an 8-year run for Steven Universe, even if those 8 years are largely due to hiatuses, is pretty good. They're already going beyond their intended ending with Change Your Mind, and you may be thinking, well, why would they only bring it back for one more season? That's not really unheard of. For example, Kim Possible was supposed to end at So the Drama, its own extended special, but due to popular demand, they were able to produce one more season that stuck to its various changes in status quo, referenced the events of So the Drama, but unfortunately, because they didn't plan to have the season out the gate, much like what's going to happen with Steven Universe, there was about a year hiatus between seasons. Actually, I believe So the Drama aired in 2005, while season 4 Kim Possible premiered in 2007, so actually Change Your Mind in season 6 will have about a year gap between it, as opposed to a 2-year gap, as I don't see season 6 starting until 2020, just because all of Karner Accounts' hype and promotion is currently going into the film. But there you have it. This is why I believe Steven Universe is going to end at season 6. It is just speculation, but Cartoon Network has so many shows coming out, and I already kind of believe they're preparing Infinity Train to be the next big story-heavy cartoon, so it won't be too terrible. Of course, when Steven Universe does end, maybe 2 years from now, it'll be a sad day, but by then, I think we will have had enough time to make peace with it. But as always, these are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. When do you think Steven Universe is going to end? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts at Roundtable Vids. And for more of my own thoughts, you can find me at RoshikVlogs. We're also on Instagram. Special thanks to JANKYBONES for creating an awesome thumbnail. For more of their amazing art, you can find them on Tumblr at JANKYBONES, Twitter at BoneJanky, and subscribe to their YouTube channel. Link in the description. Help the Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or support us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Ostrich Vox, signing out.